Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Friday Fiasco, where I take you on a tour of a crawl space where one of my competitors came and did an encapsulation. So follow along and we'll take a look and see how theirs compare up to mine. So first off, before we even go in, I already found a problem. So crawl space door is the same old rusted metal door that the house had it when it was built. So that's a big no-no for me. I always replace the crawl space door with one of our sealed composite crawl space doors. It's going to last a lifetime. It's going to seal a hell of a lot better than those metal rusted doors. So come take a look and we'll see what else we can find.
So right inside the door here, we got a snake skin. So one of the main reasons you get an encapsulation is to prevent pests from entering your crawl space. And right inside the door, we get snake skin. So we got snakes coming in. Obviously, if snakes are coming in, they're usually following mice. So, and here we got openings between the barrier and the foundation walls, so that's letting all that moisture from the ground into the crawl space. So nothing's sealed. And you can see here we got gaps between the barrier, between the two barriers, so they overlapped it, but no seams are taped or anything like that. We got white tape on top of clear liner. It just doesn't look very good. So you can see a bunch of little mouse turds everywhere. And we'll pan it over here and show you these gaps in between the barriers here. So as you can see, they got some kind of a sealer in between the barrier, but it's obviously not working very well. So no tape seams or nothing like that. It's just going to let moisture and obviously rodents, let them enter into your crawl space. So that's a big no-no.
Alright guys, I was just crawling back here and look at what I found. I don't know if you can see that. That was a light bulb. There's another light bulb. And there's another light bulb. There's the old wire from some insulation, some other wires, some more insulation, more wires. So not only does their work look pretty terrible, they also didn't clean out this crawl space before they laid this barrier. Imagine that. So just another thing I found in this lovely encapsulation from these competitors. I mean, none of the wires are tied up to the floor joists like we always do. Cleaned it up, make it look good.
So here we are at the foundation walls where they attached the liner to the walls. They attached it with a Hilti type ramset gun, which is kind of the same as we do, but look, they didn't even seal, no sealant of any kind to seal the barrier to the wall, so all that moisture from the ground is seeping behind that barrier and into the crawl space, making it less efficient, making that dehumidifier run constantly. So and then obviously snakes and pests and everything can crawl in between the barrier and that wall and sneak out, so it's not really doing anything. You're not sealing anything. So let's move over here to one of these piers. Let's take a look at them. Like I said earlier, it looks like they used a white tape. They actually taped the piers here, which is more than they did for the rest of the crawl space, but whatever this tape is that they used is obviously doesn't work very well. It looks like it's reinforced, but yeah, you can see all these gaps in it everywhere, and it's peeling up at the edges everywhere, and just it's not a very good tape. So it's just, yeah, not sealing anything. So let's get around to this back side of this pier and see if it's doing any better over here. So here's the seam that's taped up the long side of the pier here, and yep, more gaps. Nothing's sealing right. So like I said before, all that moisture is just seeping up through the ground and then out that and out those seams and just the homeowner complained about her dehumidifier running constantly and racking up her electricity bill, and this is why. So this company just installed this 2 years ago. Back in 2017 it was installed, and we're already out here trying to figure out what's going on with it, figure out a way to make it more efficient, since the company who did it won't come out here and do anything. So we'll crawl back here to the dehumidifier and take a look.
Alright, so now I'm back here where the sump pump and dehumidifier are at, and I tell you what, this is pretty shoddy. Same as everywhere else, we got white tape over clear barrier. It just looks tacky as hell. But take a look at this. Take a look at this sump pump and tell me if this looks professional. Let me switch you around here. So check this thing out. Look at that. That just looks terrible. There's the dehumidifier drain coming in, and they just got it taped in, and this whole barrier is just covering the whole basin. So you tell me, what are you supposed to do if you got to check to see if the sump pump's working, or two, just replace the sump pump if it's not working. You got to tear out this whole barrier and cut it open, and then fix what needs fixing, or check the pump, see if it's working, and then you got to figure out a way to reseal this encapsulation around this basin after you've checked everything. That's just poor workmanship and a bad idea here. So let's move on to the dehumidifier. It's actually a decent dehumidifier. These Santa Fe's are good units. They work really well. The only problem I have with these Santa Fe's is this control knob here on the back. So if you can read it, it says off, humid, normal, dryer. What are we, in the 90s? Come on, guys. Can't get digital with me? I mean, every Aprilaire dehumidifier I install is all digital. You set it to 45-50% relative humidity, and when that dehumidifier gets to that, it shuts off. It goes above that, turns back on, and you know what you're setting it to, instead of this humid, normal, dryer setting. It's just ridiculous. I have no idea why a company like Santa Fe can't figure out how to make a better unit than that. So that's the only reason I don't use these ones. Aprilairs are the way to go. So other than that, I mean, they just got it up on a couple bricks here. Just looks tacky. I mean, everything here looks tacky. So it's just, set it up next to one of ours, and you tell me whose looks better. I tell you right now. I mean, it just, we got dirt, random pieces of tape everywhere. I mean, this thing is only 2 years old. I did this back in 2017. 2 years old, and it already looks like this. I mean, I don't imagine it looked great as soon as they were done, but if you plan on spending thousands of dollars encapsulating your crawl space, I would suggest, if you got to spend another $1,000 or $2,000 more to get it done right and make it actually last. I mean, it's not all about price, guys. Sometimes you gotta spend a little more to get what you want. I mean, this is only 2 years old, and I'm over here. I'm gonna have to tape all these seams and replace that crawl space door, seal up the walls and foundation walls here, so they're not getting any moisture in between the barrier and the walls, and so they're spending extra money now to do what this company should have done in the first place. So thanks for watching, guys.